Okay. Okay, let's move on to another game then. So another decisive game. Let's look at the white wins from this. So there are 4 white wins so far. Shirov Hector, 50 moves. Should we go for a shorter move? 32 to start off with. Tikkanen against Grandelius. So if we view the PGN, paste that in. Okay, so 2-5-4-1 Tikkanen against Grandelius, so 2-5-4-7. So D4. Let's just briefly play through the game to get a gist of it. Another Nimzo-Indian. But with E4 here. Interesting. So E5. So white's reinforced his centre, his D4. Okay. Is he going to defend D4 now? Check. Knight B4, very tactical move on A1. Just using the pin. Doesn't mind sacking the exchange. I think he's got this diagonal. He's going to sort of play against H7 now. So black is not moving the knight. He's instead going to use the F file against white's king. And white offers the exchange of queens here. I think this knight's stranded. If the queens come off, then the knight's going to be taken because the bishop's going to be on B1. So black avoids that. And now again, I think there's a real threat of just taking the knight. He doesn't at the moment. But now, is he going to take the knight very soon? Nope. The time is finally ripe to take the knight. So a delayed munch of the knight. So white's material up here. And seems to have a huge pawn centre as well as the 2 bishops. So these pawns are pretty good. This bishop on this diagonal looks exceptionally good. And E4 is also cracking up. The whole black centre's just evaporated. Check. Oh dear. It looks horrific. Whatever happened to black in this opening, I don't think he's going to repeat the opening again. Ouch. It looks just like totally resignable. It's resigned here. So that was. I have not gone through this game again. Hence, I'm just checking the game like from scratch. So let's look at that again then. So Nimzo-Indian kind of variation. So Queen C2 does support the idea of playing E4. So I guess that's why black, often plays a move like D5 here to actually literally stop E4. But black didn't do that. He let white play E4. So the problem with letting white play E4 is that if you can dislodge this knight, then you put bishop here, and this battery is kind of effective against H7. Wouldn't you guys agree? That's the problem with allowing white to play E4. Would you think? I would say that's the basic problem. But black seemed to find tactical counterplay here. So he gave up his dark square bishop, and that's potentially fatal, this trump card later, of course. Doesn't look like it now, but it's often potentially winning later this bishop if you can just open up that diagonal later. And by black putting tension on the centre is actually opening up the centre later, leading to that very dramatic situation later. He's opening up the centre even more. You see these lines are getting opened up. So white didn't mind his king being on f1 and didn't mind losing the rook, because these bishops, if he gets these bishops working and he gets to play f3, also this knight's stranded, it's got no squares. It's got actually no squares. The knight's a stranded knight after f3. And it's not even an if-then calculation. Just white just waits and waits and waits until he can munch the knight on e4. Nosne asks, what happens after bc, then taking the pawn on knight e4 in the beginning? Sorry, in the beginning, taking which pawn? This pawn. You can't take this pawn because of queen e4. Yeah? Before then, you just, white would just take with the b pawn. Yeah? Just take with the b pawn. So I think black should have played d5. So black's played just for this crude, trying to punish white, but white doesn't mind his king on f1. He doesn't mind losing the exchange. He's casual about these things. So what if he's losing it? He's got the bishop pair. This bishop pair and this knight stranded. He doesn't have to munch the knight now. It'll be the bad position to munch the knight because of the check. He just waits with queen b1. Then he just casually gets his king out of the firing line. So it's like prophylaxis before munching, actually. Munch, at the right time. And here is the wrong time as well, I guess, because he's concerned about c4. Let's just check here. Could white have taken here on e4 now? This is actually one of the strongest moves, queen b3, what he played. But if he took here now, then again black takes on e4, and say here, then queen takes c4, and it's not so clear. It's not so clear. Black's better here. So the way he played it was good. Still casual, he'll munch the knight one day. Just plays queen b3 first. So, and b5, another strong move. Again, not taking. The best move is b5. Kick the queen away. Rook f1, another good move. Because now black won't be able to play f8 because the rook. So it's just increasing the advantage. And he took here. That's a reasonable time to take the knight with advantage. So he's got these two bishops. He's got material advantage. He's got knight and bishop for rook. And, this diagonal is really punishing. Well, this is a beautiful move, undermining the centre. And look at these pawns. These pawns are just ready to be liberated. And these pawns are just totally weak. They're being fried. And at the same time, these pawns are being liberated. So we get this fantastic bishop on the diagonal now. So that bishop, seemingly passive before, it's really like end of game for black. So that was an interesting game. These are very interesting tactical games, aren't they? So we'll stop that now, I think, and go on to another game.